brought to you by GameFound. Create a free pledge manager for your project.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Camilla Cleghorn.
And I'm Mike DeLisio.
And you are here watching us rather than be at Origins Game Fair going on right now. Actually, some of these projects might be there showing their stuff off with a little button that you can click to back it right then and there. Maybe you're at Origins on a phone watching us.
They might be watching us at Origins, right?
Maybe one of these projects is yours and you're at Origins watching us.
Maybe they're having a little break with some
wow.
Jenny's ice cream, sweet cream and biscuits, peach ice cream flavor, which is fantastic.
Which you can go
Biscuit
get
ice
at
cream?
Publix.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, for like $9 a pint.
Yeah,
First of all, it's
$9 a pint.
How
How do you
got a
know
deal.
it's $7?
I read it in the Publix advertisement.
Wait, I want to
No,
go back.
sir.
Biscuit flavored ice
Objection.
cream.
No, it's like sweet cream, peaches, sweet cream, and biscuits. Has
All
a
right.
little bit of. It's good.
Let's
it's
be serious
very
here.
good.
It's the cinnamon roll ice cream.
That's fantastic
Oh,
too.
I'm back. Okay.
So is a brambleberry
Unbelievably
too.
good.
Is it biscuit flavored? Does it have
No,
chunks
it has
of biscuit?
little chunks of biscuits in it.
No, you're not selling
we're
us.
not at
That's
Origins.
fantastic.
No,
All right.
I don't want that.
We're talking about Kickstarters and GameFound projects that are ending in the next, who knows when. They're ending. If we don't cover it this time, we'll cover it next time. And if we don't cover it then, we didn't want it.
There you go. You
Well,
gotta
we'll
get.
cover it next time.
And if we don't cover it then,
Just keep waiting. We'll cover it.
all right. So this week has some interesting projects for sure.
I think there's some good
That I'm
stuff.
curious to your thoughts on a couple of these projects. So I think, I don't know, I'm just, you know what projects I'm talking about. All right. So
I think I do. I don't
let's get
know.
started.
I think it's a stronger week. I'll put it to that.
Yes, I agree.
For
All
sure.
right. We got RuneScape Kingdoms Shadows of Elvarg.
Yes.
The way that you get a lot of these fantasy names is you take a normal name and then you scramble it up a bit.
Right.
I don't know.
I agree. Yeah,
Because
very
that's
much.
gravel, right? I mean, they just took the word gravel and changed it up. What do you,
Probably.
can you, somebody here at this table fill me in on RuneScape? I'm very ignorant to it.
I had the
Anyone
same
have
question.
any ideas?
Like what?
Roy can do it. Look, he's putting up his hand like a
Is
good
it an
student.
is it an MMO?
MMORPG.
Okay, I
It's
think
an
I
MMORPG,
thought so.
right?
Isn't
MMO
RuneScape
stands for
one of the earlier ones?
Results.
Really early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is from Steam Forged Games, which always makes me wonder that they put the miniatures first.
Right.
Because that's been the way of several other games, specifically Dark Souls. I did not think there was much of a game there at all.
Yeah, yeah.
These are pretty good miniatures, actually. I like the way they look.
They're all rendered.
I also
so-
want to.
Right?
Yes, they're all renders.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the renders are. I mean, I like the. Doesn't matter if it's rendered or not. That's still how the miniature's going to look like.
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, I've seen their miniatures. They're pretty
Yeah, the
solid
miniatures are good, like,
and I also want to play as a chef.
But I mean, that goes back to your point, though, that you're concerned they put the miniatures first, right?
Maybe. This one looks to be less.
Yeah, you're the problem,
maybe,
Tom.
This one looks like
Put
it's
in the
maybe
miniatures first.
a little less bloated than some of their other ones looked to me. It almost, you know what this almost gives me a vibe of, and I could be completely off base here, but it almost gives me a vibe of like the Pathfinder adventure card game, but with minis. Because it seems like there's a bunch of cards, and I don't know, I could be way off there. It's a cooperative.
That's interesting.
know.
And there is something old school a little bit about this project.
Yeah.
As I was looking through it, I kept finding myself thinking, yes, it's enormous. I still do think it's not. It doesn't. There's nothing about this that screams streamlined to me.
Yeah, that's right.
wanna be a
It's
culinary
enormous.
man.
I'm
It's got a
into
lot
the
going
chef too, yeah.
on. It's that sort of generic named fantasy. But there is also something charmingly old school about it that was sort of working on me
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit. It made me think of some of the yesteryear kind of fantasy games.
Right.
Which
As
means-
opposed to like the whole
Grim
world
Yeah.
where everything sucks. You know, that
How
whole
old
thing.
is the original RuneScape?
Someone was saying 2005
Oh,
with
okay.
Loopy
So
there.
yeah, so maybe they kept kind of those
Maybe-
older roots in it, which is
Yeah.
a compliment, I guess. that they-
Wise old man. We have noob and wise old man.
I do like that they seem to be, and they even say, you know, that they're kind of being a little irreverent about it. And I like that. The chef. I mean, I'm cautiously interested in this.
I like the meat tokens.
Is that a fried egg?
You better believe it's a fried
Meat.
egg.
I love that.
Look
Is
at
that
I
those.
actually
or
like.
cabbage?
I like these tokens a lot. I could
like
see these
it.
being used in a
But
lot
what
of
is that,
games.
though?
Saltwater
actually.
taffy?
That's what I was thinking. Saltwater taffy. Like, oh,
It's ridiculous
what
nostalgia.
flavor would that be?
Yeah.
Maple.
There's a lot of
I like the
nostalgia.
vibe. I like what's going on here.
do.
I worry again that they don't
Yeah.
necessarily have a fantastic track record. So I don't know, but I got other projects this week that I have more concerns about. So
Yeah, 100%.
I'll save it. This is pretty good.
Oh,
All right.
it's a high compliment.
Moving on to Microcosmos, which is a mini game. It's not mini. This is definitely following
That's not Tiny Epics.
But it's following
clear.
that philosophy where they're like, look at the little
Right.
box, but also.
Yes, yeah.
I played Pocket Mars that apparently they did, and that was an okay little card game. I kind of liked it back in the day. It's been a while since I played it. This looks like it's significantly more going on than that game did.
Yeah, Pocket Mars was a small game that felt like a small game.
Correct. It felt almost like a micro game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a simple little thing. This is not that, right?
No.
It seems like they, like you were saying, there's a lot happening here. Pocket Mars was good. I did like that one, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks a little better to me than the average space game. I'm not necessarily loving it, but it looks a little better. I like what's going on in it. I like that there seems to be a little more color and vibrancy there than the usual. This board is basically a black hole on the table with hexes.
Right.
Figure it out from this 82-page rule book, you know?
Right.
Yeah, in more ways than just the form factor, this really is giving me a bit of a Tiny Epic vibe, though. You know what I mean?
really does
Where
look
the
similar.
cards, the cards are your board.
You build the board.
Yeah, and you slide little trackers up. I mean, it really has that feel to it.
It feels like the Galaxies mixed with the Zelda one.
It kind of does, yeah.
Whatever that
Quest.
was called.
Yeah.
Quest, yeah.
Zelda. everybody
Galaxy
knows.
Quest. This looks like Tiny Epic Galaxy Quest.
It's Zelda. Okay, it's Zelda. Okay, get sued.
I like this, how it looks. I think I'm pretty pumped about this. My only concern is I hope that it's not too small. I'm not going to even guess yet. I'd have to see it actually in
Right.
person.
Sure.
Right. Yeah, I'm
I think
interested.
my concern is hoping it's not trying to be small in the box and then become fiddly as you have all the cards and all the little bits. You know, in order to make it fit a small box, are you sacrificing usability? You know, and I don't think we'll know until we actually have it in hand.
Correct.
Touch it.
All right.
What do we want now?
Touch it.
The Breach. You're a breacher.
Jack Breacher.
Jack Breacher.
An expert hacker. Are you able to steal data from the... I don't care anymore.
Speaking of cool minis, though.
Yeah, see, I
Now,
don't...
this is from Ludus Magnus. What else have they done?
Click it.
Let's
We've
find
covered
out.
some of their
Yeah.
stuff. We've covered some of their stuff before.
I think
What
they
have we
were
got?
DEI, right? Is that hasn't?
Yeah.
fulfilled?
Black Rose. That's right.
Yeah.
Black
Black Rose
Rose.
Wars.
We like that.
Yeah, DEI. There it is.
DEI, I've not played it. Is that even out yet?
No, it's not. I think it's fulfilling now.
Dungeonology is so horrible. It's one of the worst dungeon crawl type games I've ever played.
Yeah, I've only played Black Rose Wars from their stuff. It's good. It's good-ish. I mean, it's fine.
I like it more than you do, but
I like it all right. I think it's a bit bloated, but it's
That's
not
just-
a bad game.
I agree. Actually, it's a bit bloated, which this game looks like might also be a bit
it looks
bloated.
like it might also be, but
I like the vibe.
I do
There was a lot of sort of sci-fi hacker type
There's
vibe
another
this
one that
week,
comes
right?
in.
There's
There
another one.
was,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. I do like the minis as well, so I agree with you there that the whole purpley energy thing is a cool aesthetic. It's just a
Right.
neat idea that in cyberspace or wherever this is, the projections or avatars can have
Yes.
this energy.
Right.
That's the purple plastic. How would you paint something like
I was
this?
going to say, this is one of the few times that I would say I don't know that I would paint. I might just tape off the plastic parts and give it, wash
Like
it.
a wash
and
or
just
something?
leave that vibrant
like
plastic.
wash it like with soap and a brush?
Roy said
No, like
you
in the
break them
washing
off and
machine.
glue them back on again.
Oh, there you go.
You break it off
What?
and glue it back on
You
again?
just snap it right off, right?
No.
No,
What?
that is what you
Oh,
said.
you're serious?
That's what you people do that. I mean,
People do
that
that?
are modeling do that.
I just tape them off.
If I break it off, it's not going back on.
Yeah, I'd be too
no.
worried
I
about
would just
it.
tape it off and wash it.
as if
and
you're
then...
painting anything. Come on now.
You don't know.
I love this model of that
Gosh,
ice
it's
thing. That
so
looks almost like
cool.
one of those War of the World monsters.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That does look exactly like that model from the movie. Like
From what one?
the War of the Worlds movie.
yeah.
Oh, no, no.
But the 10 obviously has too many of the things. It would have the tripod underneath. But yeah, you're right.
I'm a
I just
little,
think
That
It's a
guy
really
looks
cool
like a
model.
dude from like Doom or Diablo or something.
I'm a little concerned that it's competitive, or hey, maybe you want to play it cooperatively, so you can do that too. Or you can play it solo. I worry about that a little bit, but I do like the
I
vibe.
don't know why this feeling of having to do everything.
And it's going to be another big one with a bunch of stuff.
These are amazing miniatures.
The minis
They're
look
so
great.
cool.
Bug. Yeah, I don't know.
How do you say the name of these scorpion things?
Buthas.
I don't know.
You get 8 buthi. One is a buthus. Several are buthi.
I think one's a butt.
Was that
The one
Watto?
with the one with the bow and arrow. Her name is Milla.
I think they have
that up
Watto
there.
up there.
Look at
That's
this.
also a cool miniature. Look at that on the board there. It's like, come on now.
You think they might be
on
putting
now,
miniatures
yes,
first,
yes.
Tom?
Maybe.
I approve.
Prometheus.
At least these miniatures feel different than most miniatures.
That's the thing.
The sci-fi vibe I am loving. I like when they try to do something different like this. Yeah. Look at all that. You know it's going to get bent.
There's just so much stuff. Actually, the longer you go, the less.
Speaking of miniatures, Oh wait, if we watch this long enough, we might see
Spider-Man.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, it just got
Oh,
ruined.
it blew right past it. You know what's crazy about this?
That people are backing it.
Yes, but here's the thing. This is Batman Gotham City Chronicles, a game that has historically, and I think this is not controversial to say, had problems with the rulebook
Twice.
with the written part of the game. So what do? Put out an RPG that's all writing.
Yeah.
Who's backing the RPG? Are you aware that the first 2 times they tried to put out what amounts to a pamphlet compared to an RPG book, they botched it? I'm sorry. No, I'm not going to buy an RPG that's all writing. It's going to be, it might be, I don't know if it's going to be, but it might be incomprehensible.
I'm mind-boggled at this. We pulled this out of our library
Yeah.
because nobody's playing this game because the rule book was that bad. Now I know, we'll get Paul Grogan has come in
Redone the whole.
to redo the rule book, but they've already lost me.
That's the thing. This is the third time this game is being.
Right, they made
crowdfunded.
Conan, which
Well,
had
yeah, that's
which was a
another-
fun game,
Right.
but it had a bad rule book. We
Right.
muddled through it and got through it, and everyone said bad rule book. They came out with Batman. We're like, great, same system, it's gonna work.
Fun game,
Hopefully
bad
the
rule
rule book's
book.
bad. We got the rule book as a preview. I said terrible rule book. They said don't worry, it'll be fixed in the final product. Didn't happen. They then came out with a second one. Still the same bad rule book. That's
geez.
3 bad rule books in a row.
Yeah.
And maybe this one will be fixed. But you know what? I'll wait to hear that on the final product.
That's the thing,
Yeah.
because
Sorry.
I am intrigued that they're adding. Again, I know I'm a broken record, but they're adding a solo thing for it, which I always felt like this system would very easily work into a solo because it's a puzzle game. Is really what it is. And as long as you can have an AI to run that little river system, it's good to go. But I'm with you, Tom. I'm not. I need to see it. I need to see it first because it was not just the rule book. It was also pretty bad iconography and a lot of icons and difficulties on reading the map
Random
tiles
scenarios.
sometimes.
They would be like, hey, use this
Yeah.
character in this scenario, maybe.
Yeah.
And I also had a problem with, like, you bought these big box of miniatures. There was no strong plug-and-play feature.
Right,
So
right.
it's like, here's this one miniature that gets used one time in
In
this
this
one
scenario, yeah.
What a waste.
Also,
Okay.
if you don't have enough content, they should just be kickstarting the rulebook.
Right.
Why are we having more content? There's so much stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
I still have the dinosaur, though, somewhere in here.
Yeah, the dinosaur's cool. The minis were great. I mean, there's no two ways
They were
about
good
it. The
minis.
minis were great.
Most companies who are doing minis on Kickstarter are doing good minis.
Right.
Most.
Right.
The problem always seems to be the game and the rule book.
Yeah.
I would back a Kickstarter that was to fix other Kickstarters rule books. Like I'm a professional writer and will fix your rule book for your miniatures game.
Yeah.
The RPG one is the one kind of blowing my mind, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Everything else I'm like, okay, sure, more dudes, more whatever. An RPG? Oh boy, I don't know. I don't know.
But talk about I mean, I've got to imagine there have been other Batman RPGs out there, right? Because I mean, it's
Probably.
a rich lore and world that you have to work with. But I'm with you. That's a lot of writing, right? And when the main issue has been writing, that's a question.
Yeah.
That's a question.
I still have a hard time with RPGs that are set in a world where there's a main character.
Yeah.
I always struggle with that a little bit because if we're playing these characters, and is someone Batman? And if so, are they invincible? If they die, do we all go, whoops? It's a
playing,
weird
the
feeling to me.
character already developed. I mean,
I'm going to
'cause
play
it's
the
a
hot dog vendor in Gotham City. I'm just going to be playing a guy selling hot dogs.
You know your cart's going to get overturned. and possibly thrown at an enemy.
Potentially.
The city does not reimburse you for that.
It's the story is him going
He's
down
wrecking,
to
he's wrecking my story right
City Hall.
going down to City Hall, trying to
Applying for
requisition.
forms.
Yeah. Getting
That's what it is. You
Yeah.
walk up to the counter. The lady looks at you passive aggressively. Make a persuasion check.
That's a 2.
Okay. She turns around and spits on your forms.
Okay, let's move on.
All right.
Arcadia Tenebra.
Let's move on. Yeah, no, this, boy,
Oh, this looks rough.
this looks really rough.
Now, from
Also,
the
it's rated
chatter,
M.
from the chatter on the page here, they seem to be. Again, I don't know how much these people have played, but they're saying that the game feels very different, very much its own thing. There's supposed to be some humor with some dark European mythology or, inspiration there. But then you get to this, and that artwork is not the best artwork. I personally
I don't think those three
like
pictures even look the same artist.
I don't
know.
either.
Yeah, I don't
They
know.
may have just been.
Also,
It
the
almost
bigger
looks
you
like a
get, the less
progression.
shirt you have.
That's true. Well, there's shirt and clothing issues throughout this that I but also I don't. It just looks like a whole lot of small text on. You know what I mean?
It was interesting. Did you see the quote where it compared it to Sleeping Gods?
Well, I did.
That's a bit of hubris there.
Well, no. This
Yeah.
was a previewer that said it's like Sleeping Gods, but it's a better story. And I'm like,
Right,
okay,
I know,
well,
yeah, I just felt
okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's one. That's a person's opinion, and I haven't played it. I can't speak to it.
That's very true.
Yeah, the artwork,
I don't like
those
the look of it.
cards, I
No,
don't
this-
like the way the cards look. They look very bare. They look very much slapdash. The phraseology that's being used here, I didn't look into it, but I assume this is not an English-speaking company
I
first.
think you're right. Yeah.
So I wonder if there's going to be a lot of sort of writing issues here as well. I don't know. None
I saw
of
a
it
couple
though.
of typos on the page,
Which
so-
is fine.
which
Look,
you
typos
expect,
are going to happen,
yeah.
but also just sort of the way that expressions come across, you can pick up on those things.
Right.
Yeah, something's got to sell me. I might put up with a rule book that's a little clunky if your game looks spectacular. I might put up with low quality miniatures if your setting is amazing. None of the things here are making up for others, for me personally.
I'm gonna use this in
Overkill.
all games. Overkill. Just running
Still a giant
in the middle of a
button
Euro,
like that.
in the middle of a Euro game.
Oh, you're building Rome?
Overkill.
All right.
I love it.
So this is an interesting one here because we have someone here who rates Unmatched basically a 10. Or
Who's
pretty
that?
close to it. That's you. And everyone here likes it, I think,
I do
right?
like
Yeah,
I do like
I do like
Unmatched.
it.
Yeah.
I like it the least, and that means I just really like it.
Yeah, right.
And that's me liking
Yeah.
it the least.
Yeah. I rate it anywhere based on the set, between a 7 and a 10, yes.
So I've been waiting for a very long time for a Funkoverse storage solution. That has not happened.
No.
Unmatched, I wasn't even asking for this because so far I have Unmatched here in the library, and I believe it's in 3 or 4 boxes, and each of those boxes has 2 or 3 sets in it. It's pretty easy. I put
Yeah.
the character and their cards in a bag, and you're done.
Yeah.
There's not a lot going on.
Yeah,
It's
couple
really
of
easy.
dials.
You pull them out and play.
Yeah.
But people like storage solutions, so let's take a look. This is official one from Restoration Games.
Yeah, and you can put. It's kind of modular. You can make each of those individual boxes have 1 character and all their stuff. You can have 2 characters and all their stuff. You can even go beyond that, depending on how you
I
want to do
think
it.
they're made deliberately for 1 character, but also you can do 2, if that makes sense. Because
Yeah.
these look like they're display.
Right.
I'm
That's-
very confused as to who this is for. And I guess it's for a bunch of people. It's making bank.
Yeah.
It's at $159,000, $160,000. The games, as they come, have great inserts.
They
Some
really
of the
do.
best inserts out there, actually, with the name of the character that goes in this area imprinted in the vacuum sealed tray, molded, spaces for the miniatures. I mean, these are great boxes already.
Yep.
Do they take up a little bit more room than these? Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, if you have
kinda with
everything,
you.
how many do you have? How many boxes?
It shows
Yeah,
you
it's
right
a
here.
solid
I'm pretty
amount
sure.
of boxes. It's over there.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's that bottom calyx cube,
Yeah.
double cube there, and they show that it can fit in 2, or I guess if you put 2 per box, it fits in one, which is
I mean, that's
definitely some
it's
space
safe.
saving.
That's significant,
That is some
especially
space saving,
especially
yes.
knowing that that's, I mean, how many total? 24 games total in that little bit. So giving you room for get a second box or as
Yeah.
it continues to grow. You know, I mean, it's maybe investing on the front end a little bit, knowing that you're going to get
I don't
it when
like
it comes
this.
out.
No, I don't love that either.
To
I
be
think it
fair,
also-
that's a little misleading when they did that size comparison, because they did say in the video that the box can fit 3 boards.
right.
You're getting a board in each of those boxes. So you're telling me if I get it down to one, what? Where are the rest? Where are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other boards, or 5 other boards?
Also, to me, one of the appeals of this game system is consistently really nice art.
Sure.
And a lot of that art is on the boxes. You know
I
what I
know,
mean? And so
yeah.
you're losing some of that too. Now you are gaining space, but
Now that being said, I want these playmats.
Oh, those playmats are
yeah,
fantastic.
the playmats
I really
are
want
great.
the
That is
playmats.
best.
This is
That
my
by
favorite part of
far
this.
the best thing that I'm seeing featured here.
Yeah.
Would you still want the boards if you had the play mats?
Well, the boards go right in the trash.
Trash.
So, okay, you're being facetious, but I guess back to your question about like.
I want to be clear
how
that
many
I'm not
boards-
being facetious.
How many boards are going to fit in the box? Right there's your solution. You wouldn't keep the boards, you just have the mats in there.
They're all different.
Yeah, but then you have a different storage problem.
Yeah, now you're where you putting the mats.
Well,
in the
that's
box.
coming soon, though.
It's going to fit 2 in the box, right?
It's
Are
these
they not
tubes.
the same size?
I don't know.
Because if it can fit, I mean, maybe that's what they're going
can those
for.
fit in the
Are
box
these
too?
new
The-
mats,
know.
by the way?
I assume so.
Are these from the original game? You would know better than I.
I think they said
Those
they're.
look like they are from the
Yeah,
games
there's
before.
4. Yeah, they said that they're some of their most popular.
What about
Yeah.
the art print pack? Would you like that?
It's gorgeous. I mean, it's fantastic artwork.
I also,
Sorry, go
sorry,
ahead.
no, I didn't mean to cut you off.
They're doing some nice things here to stretch the boundaries of what they're offering, right?
Right.
The playmat, you know, a neoprene playmat, sleeves, art sleeves. Doing the thing you can put the little boxes into and carry it like a backpack or whatever. Art prints. They're trying to stretch what they're offering. What they're mainly offering is what feels to me like a display solution, not really a storage solution.
I agree.
I
It
agree
feels
with
like
that.
something you want to show off.
Right.
And if that's the case, fantastic. Not inexpensive, mind you, but fantastic. I think this is going to look very good. I think the art, the graphic design for Unmatched is some of the best and cleanest out there. I'm just not sure for a private collection that this is as efficient, or efficient enough to warrant the price, I guess.
So here's an interesting thing is that to me, this clearly they're going to make money off of this. Right?
Yeah,
It's doing
yeah,
very well.
right.
But to me, this really does read like here's a project that is out because they're responding to what people have been asking for.
Sure.
I think that they're like, hey, well, they're trying to give fans of Unmatched what they want. I'm sure that people have been asking for.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
wonder,
I mean?
one of the reasons too, if they haven't been asking for that, is just for the travel purposes. Like if I know,
Maybe.
you know, you have the base game or whatever, and I'm gonna come, oh hey, I just got this new character. I'm gonna bring just this little thing instead of bringing the whole box. You know, is it just more of a travel?
It is easier to mix and match them, right? So,
Absolutely.
like I said, I have them in those boxes.
Yeah.
Here I could say, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, boom, put them in the
Right.
bag.
Right.
For me, this is going to have to be something I will see when it comes out. I know this is weird, but I have to see this one in person.
Sure.
This is I'm hoping maybe at Gen Con that Restoration will have some of these at their booth to show off what they look like. Because that would help me a lot. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
That's an interesting comment there from Eric. On the Discord, they mentioned it fitted, also fits Marvel United.
That would be
But, like,
interesting. But there's
how-
so many Marvel
So
United
many.
characters.
If you got the Kickstarter
Yeah.
stuff, like that would be so many more than the
Yeah.
24, and so
Right.
I feel like that takes up less room.
Yeah.
Even because you don't have like dials. So I don't know. I think that was interesting. But yeah, what is?
I'm telling you, I'm sure if I saw
Oh,
this
Tom.
thing in person, I'd be like, oh, this looks awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
I would totally put my characters in here, put it on the Calyx, and rock and roll. But again, I wasn't personally, and again, they're responding, I think, to something here, like Mike said. I personally wasn't going, oh, I need to figure out a storage solution for all this stuff.
Right.
Because the boxes are very, very nice already.
And I agree. I really agree that it's more. I think it is more for display even than efficiency of space.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the number one thing they were looking for.
Yeah, no, they did a good looking, like you could really squeeze it in and not have something that looks as good. I think they are at least somewhat prioritizing looks here.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the way to go. It's a good looking game. It's an elegant game.
All right. Cultist Chaos. a card game. I don't know why they always have to put that afterwards.
It's a card game.
It
They
is a
gotta
card
make sure
game.
you don't think it's some sort of actual cult.
I want that mask.
I'm hoping that this is gonna be more of the, what was that guy's name? Rogers, whatever Rogers games.
Steve Rogers.
I hope it's no. You know what I'm talking about? The Let's Summon Demons thing.
Oh.
I'm hoping this is going to be more like that and less like
Cards Against Humanity
Exactly.
or Exploding Kittens or whatever.
right. Because it looks like it could maybe be closer to that. I don't know. I can't tell.
Maybe. I know that this guy's artwork is featured on that Spellfire Doom Mountain.
is
It's
it?
that.
Oh, you're right.
It's that
definitely looks like
person. It's
that.
their artwork, and I really do like that artwork.
Yeah.
It's
The game.
I like. Yeah, I like this look. I really do like this look. The game is their own design. So I don't know how good the game's going to be. It's
Yeah.
like their first time sort of making a little game. It seems simple enough. It actually.
I thought he'd done a couple others. Had he not?
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe.
yes, yeah.
I don't know.
I thought there was others.
Let's look.
No, it wasn't ones I knew though.
I know them from the artwork first. That's all.
Okay.
Them.
Turo,
No, that's art.
art,
pens,
enamel pin.
Black Magic for Dummies.
Maybe that's a game.
No, it's the Total Beginner's Guide to the Dark Arts.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
guessing.
well.
I'm thinking this is the
Sure.
first game that he's done.
okay.
Yeah, it seems like a drafting game. I got a real Sushi Go vibe
I
actually
was gonna say Sushi Go.
out of it.
Right.
I did
So
too.
that's kind of how that feels. I do like the look. I'm a sucker for their artwork. I do like it.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of being a sucker for art, this is in here just because of the art.
Do you like the art? I don't
Really?
like
I
it.
like those cats. They're cute.
I don't like it.
Oh.
Aw,
That's
Tom,
nightmare
you're
fuel,
a cat
man.
lover
Yeah.
now.
No.
You know
No.
why? Because they don't look like real cats.
Well, that's
You
true.
don't like the look of real cats.
You don't think that little black kid in there looks cute?
No.
Nah, a cat looks possessed.
He's in a cult.
He's on.
Yeah, this one's not
I
doing
can't really
whole
tell you a lot
for
about
me.
that. Let's translate it to English. Here we go.
No, if
No,
you
no, keep going. No,
keep
no, no.
going down, they've got the English.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was about to get exciting.
Go ahead, click it.
You can
anyway,
keep
Tom.
clicking down, but
Yeah.
it is there eventually.
Click it, Tom. Click it.
There we
Click
go.
it, Tom.
Tom, click it.
Oh, you're saying the English is in between?
The English is well, and
Keep
also
going.
down further
There's a
down.
hole
Go.
right
here.
there.
Yeah,
Too far,
I
too
can
far.
read that. Mm-hmm. Yes, 100 points or the cat satisfies.
Correct.
Yes.
I'm just saying, if this showed up in the mail
Uh-huh.
in our annual box of Japanese small card games,
Which is a very
happens,
exciting time.
Yeah,
you might play it.
Oh, no, I would not play it.
I'd look
sure.
at it, but I don't love the look of it right here. I mean, but I would play
I'd
it.
find myself busy.
I like these. I think this is cute enough. Yeah, they look a little bit demonic. Yes.
There's
They're
also one
cats.
that is
Will I sleep that night? No.
conducting a tremendous amount of electricity, apparently.
That's Pika Cat.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's a win-win. All right, let's go.
Pika, Pika.
CastleShire. So this one's doing.
It's also from a company we've never heard of before, though. What else have they done? They
Is that the box
Well, that's
that he's holding?
That's
Yes.
a limited, like a fancy
yeah. They've got a
box.
fancy one. They've got a wooden
What's
one.
their other thing? It says to create it.
From New Zealand.
Crimopolis?
Oh.
Yeah, right.
You played that?
Oh. Let me make sure it's the same one because there's like. Oh. Oh, that game's so bad.
Okay, well,
It's
CastleShire
so
might be better.
bad.
Yeah. This one is. I don't know. It was. Many red flags were unfurling, is all I can say. It may be a good game, but there were certain things where I'm just like, boy, this card design. Oof, this iconography. Oof, this inconsistent look. Oof, this, oof, that. I don't know. There may be a good game under there, but it's going to have to fight its way through a bunch of stuff that doesn't look so good. You know what I mean?
That's a good way to put it, yeah. If there is a good game here, it's unfortunately working against some decisions that have
Yeah.
been made, yeah. And I am, for one, really am a stickler for artwork consistency and a good graphic design. A game is, board game is a visual.
It is, medium.
It's a visual thing. It's a visual medium. It's a tactile thing. It needs to facilitate that, ideally with consistent looks and a good feel. Yeah, I'm not jiving with this one. I agree with you. It might be good.
Yeah.
But if this and the cat game show up on the same day, I'm playing the cat game.
Ooh,
I'm calling in
interesting.
sick.
Oof. All right. Colorful inserts with original artworks for popular games. I find that amusing. It says they're licensed.
They are. This
Yes.
is eRaptor.
Yes,
yeah.
I am.
So
That's the first thing I did. I was like, how long is this project going to be up?
We should be clear. We use eRaptor to make our dice towers.
Yes.
We have one sitting around here. We do not. They're in the bathroom.
here's the. I have a very short thing about this. I think these are gorgeous looking inserts, amazing, and they're not cheap. But my thing is, if this is like your favorite game or in your top 5 games,
That's it.
go for it.
That's it,
Otherwise,
right.
I don't get it. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I was surprised at because of the look and the way they fit together. I was surprised by the price point on the other end that I expected it to be more.
Okay, so actually
Because they
remind me
are
what-
wooden. It's the
and they're
licensed
screen
art.
printed
They're
and-
screen printed. They have the clear acrylic on top.
Yeah.
They've
How much are they?
It's $38 for one.
That's not bad.
That's frankly about the
not
same
bad.
price you're paying for most other inserts.
It is, but it's
Right.
also not much less than the game in some cases, depending on
Yeah,
which
I
game.
would-
Well,
Again,
a lot of people do get inserts for games, custom inserts.
Right.
I
yeah.
get some.
I
I'm
mean,
just saying.
again, broken token.
You're
That's
right.
what, I mean,
These are
beautiful.
really
they're
good.
so, and again, with the acrylic on top to hold the bits in place.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a good looking, but yes,
I
it's
like
like
it.
6 or 8 games, so you have to like those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree. If you are a big fan of any of these, or if you know someone who really keeps bringing these games out, this is a fantastic gift.
Yeah.
Right.
That would also be a very good idea.
Also, they say no glue. You know,
Yeah.
that's kind of nice.
Well, I
mean,
know this. So, I mean, we have our dice towers. We put them
You
together.
pass that one. Actually, Bonfire sucks.
Yeah, let's get out of here. It's garbage.
You were saying.
I
Keep going.
haven't played bonfires. So I
Keep
don't
going.
know.
Keep going.
No, I'm saying
Even that's better, yeah.
Even that. I think of all of them, I think the Lost Ruins of Arnak is the best.
It is.
That one is.
And it's in need of
There's
an
a reason
insert.
it's at the top.
The most impressive one is that big one, but it's a game that I don't know. I think Black Rose Wars is one.
That was gorgeous.
I think that might-
don't know
yeah,
that
yeah,
game,
yeah.
but I was like,
Either way,
oh,
they
that
made a
was
deal with
so
CGE.
pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of CGE games.
This one
with
I'm curious
Bezier
about.
Also.
Do you think these would be handy?
Potentially, those are the little, so you can keep your little things.
Yeah, I like those.
I do too. Yeah.
This might be one I get here. This one.
I think the Arnak one was the most impressive too, because I know that
Yeah.
game is in desperate need of an insert, right?
It is, yeah.
And then just if you have it all in baggies, to take all those tokens out, to stack them up. I mean, to be able to just take it out and
Yeah.
plop, 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 plop. I mean, that would take the setup down significantly.
And these tokens, I know what these tokens look like because I know what their acrylic tokens look like. They've
Yeah.
made some for us before.
Yep.
They're fantastic.
Oh, right there, broken token Arnak was 48. So yeah,
Okay.
so these are.
So that's then
It's
it's not
impressive
yeah,
price,
so that's
I
a pretty good price. Dice tray.
Okay, so go back to what I was going to say earlier when you got uppy about Bonfire.
Oh, pretty.
No, you're like scroll up. No, you said scroll down.
Oh,
You were
uppy,
downy.
downy.
Oh, yeah.
Like Robert.
Junior. Anyhow, you got to be careful putting these together.
Sure.
Because acrylic, if it snaps, that's that.
It's over.
Yep.
And a lot of these are gonna be a snug fit. It's gonna fit in there, and once it's together, our dice towers don't break that often.
No.
But we've had pieces snap off them before. I guess the company would probably reimburse you for that. Is there anything in here about shipping? Because I believe this is coming from Poland,
I
right?
think it just said it'd be shipped later. I didn't see the prices though. Like you'd pay for it later.
Which is nowadays that's the way to
Oh,
do
right,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't often talk about shipping, but there's a project we'll be talking about in a week or two where I really want to talk about shipping.
Chris brings up a good point. There's a dice tray for Zulkin, and I'm pretty sure there's no dice in that game. So maybe it's just using the artwork as a general dice tray.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You
There's not a weird shape
You can
with
roll
that
the corn in
star.
there, Chris. You can roll the corn, and I know they're cardboard tokens. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
they're all
weird
the weird
shape with the stars. I don't like the corners.
Yeah,
There's a
I'm
lot
kinda-
of like places for dice to just jump into a corner.
Right.
You know, this 175 euro set, I can see people owning those 5 games.
Yeah.
You know, normally I'm like, who owns those 5 exact games?
Well, they're all euros.
But I feel
so,
like there's
yeah.
a lot of people who have those 5 games.
I can
Yeah.
see that.
Now let's see which one. If of those 5, if somebody only owns 4 games, which one do they not own out of those?
If they're
Alchemist, probably. It depends on what you like, logic and deduction.
My
or
vote is
Maglev.
also Alchemists. But what if they only own 3? Which is the other one missing?
Zulkin.
No, it's Maglev Metro.
Maglev, yeah.
No!
Yeah. They have the other 3. I know I asked. All right, let's move
Who are
on.
they?
What's next?
Okay. Arcs. All right, so this is a big project. This
It's
is
not
from,
doing that well, though.
3 to 4 player game with trick taking as their main thing, and it's making almost $1.5 million.
That's when you know that people will just believe in you and get whatever you're putting out. The leader games.
This combo of
is
leader
bringing
games
it.
and Cole Whirly,
Done.
they're untouchable right now.
Done. You're putting something out, backed.
Yeah.
So this is it's called Arcs. It's a space game, but you can play it as a game, or you can play it as an arc of games.
Of 3 games.
Right. It's a mini campaign.
Yeah, or a standalone, yeah. And this is the thing that's interesting to me. This is one of the Cole Whirly leader games that this is going to be a wait and see. I'm not backing this because it's a 3 to 4 player game. I don't know how often I'm going to get a chance to play
the
it.
Chip Theory game.
But I'm hoping. I like trick taking a lot, but it seems almost like it's not a trick taking game. That's being used as a action selection thing. So lead card, lead suit's played out. If you want to do the same thing, you can follow suit. If you want to do something different, you play a card face down and it allows you to do something different. Then there's another way to kind of like there's a pivot. So
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You are not backing this yet, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As of yet, because
That's
I'm like,
wild.
well,
you
sure knows
love this
he
company.
sure knows a lot about it.
because I'm
Because
interested.
he was looking to back it.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm seriously. I mean, look. I mean, I love Root. I think Oath is fantastic, but believe it or not, Oath is the reason why I'm not in on this yet. Is because I have not been able to play it nearly as much as I want to. I
Right.
played it with you and Chris.
Chris Yee, I think his name is. Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
3 of
Roy,
us
Roy,
played,
Roy.
and Roy also,
No,
right?
it was just us three.
No, it was just the 3. Were you in it too?
Twice, at least.
Yeah, okay.
Chris,
So
Roy-
I couldn't remember.
forgettable.
I'm just
Game must
saying.
be forgettable, I said.
I haven't been able to play it since then. That's the thing, and it feels like that's a game that rewards playing with the same group.
It's an enormous endeavor to
Yeah.
play that game.
Right. I think
it's a
really
demanding
cool.
game. I
Yeah.
think leader games generally puts out these kind of demanding games.
Right.
Very distinct.
Yep.
Very much their own thing.
Yep.
It doesn't seem like it tries to keep up with what's popular. You know what I mean?
no.
It's like, this is an idea I had. I'm going to take it to the extreme of, it's just,
Right.
they really are different.
Yeah.
But they're very demanding, therefore. So Oath is a monster.
Yeah.
I do think I have the opportunity to like this one more than I liked Oath. To be fair, I maybe respect Oath more than I necessarily like it.
Yeah.
I'm getting that feeling from this, though. Like, okay, enormous, lots going on, sure. But I feel like there's more of a chance for me to like this one and respect it than
Okay.
just respect
okay.
it a little bit at a distance and be like,
You like that
tremendous. I do. I do like the art.
Kyle Farron art, I think, is great.
I will say
do
this is
like
my
it.
favorite art of the 3 of the Oath.
It's the most distinctive, right? Because it's the space thing,
Yeah.
right?
I've never seen him draw space before,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, it's
It makes
cool.
me think of like old school heavy metal, the movie. Like
100%.
some of those
Yeah,
sketches
yeah,
have this
yeah.
kind of look.
Yep. I agree.
All right.
So I'm very interested, but
Bark Avenue.
Oh, like Park Avenue. I get it.
A competitive dog walking game, because if there's one thing I do when I walk dogs, is I want to be the best dog walker
That's right, yeah.
in
Well,
the
This is the second
neighborhood.
one like this. We just had another
Yeah.
one like that. Yeah.
I will say that I think they handled that part smart thematically. It's just solely a thematic thing, but what you're trying to do is get like the best Yelp review.
Right.
That's smart, right?
cool.
That's a cool way to have a competitive thing where it's not like that kind of answers that in the thematic thing. I actually think this is a great theme.
What how much you pay a dog walker? I just tell my kids to walk the dog. So
I
that,
pay dog walkers and treats. What? I don't have any money. Let's move on.
Right. No, I think this is a cool theme. I think this game looks pretty good. I really do.
I agree with you, Mike. I think
Yeah.
for a smaller, less sort of grandiose design, this is
Yeah.
the first time publisher here putting out a lighter, non-miniatures monstrosity kind of game. This looks sharp.
Yeah.
It looks inviting. It's a neat theme. I think they're handling it well. I did like those tracks, keeping track
Yeah.
of Yelp reviews, like you
Right.
said, and
Right.
getting rewards. Yeah, it's a good-looking box.
I like a lot the perspective on the cover.
Yeah, that's cool. Where you're
The dog is
perspective.
like
Yeah,
coming towards
yeah.
you.
It's
I
like-
really
it's-
like
right.
that.
It's like dogs, reservoir dogs.
Yeah.
Dogs,
I think-
reservoir dogs. Yeah.
I think I was concerned at first because
Squishy poops.
yeah,
Sorry.
squishy poops. I was concerned at first because it seems like there's a lot of things to balance in this. You know, like all and again back to that fiddly nature. But as they explained it, the more I looked, it seems very well thematically integrated. You know, okay, you're walking multiple dogs. How do you
Right.
maximize? You know, and have
Right.
do you take dogs that have higher requirements and are higher maintenance, but then maybe it doesn't match the dogs you have, and so
Yeah.
it seems like it's really well. There's a good balance between that thematics,
Yeah.
which I think will help with the. Potentially could be fiddly kind of rules.
Yeah,
you know?
some
I thought
dogs
it was
want
well
longer
done.
walks, some want
Right.
shorter. Some they all have their favorite spots they like to
Right,
go do.
you
It's
go
smart.
above and beyond in order to up that Yelp review.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting.
I just looked at it and see no black German Shepherd, so.
There is
Well,
not.
you pay the $3,000 to put your dog in there. I don't know how
Can't,
much it
they're
is,
already
actually.
taken. I looked.
I have a feeling.
You did?
I did.
You consider, how much is it? Oh,
It's
$2.99?
$2.99.
I'm telling you, Tom.
Oh, it's a medium dog. Wait.
You reach out and
They're
say,
$2.99
hey,
for large
don't
too.
you know who
It was
I
the
am?
Wow, and
I'm Tom
there
Bass.
was
Yeah.
51 of those and they all sold out?
People love their
know.
dogs, man.
Oh.
You talk about
Another
cats.
one.
People love
Look
their
at that
dogs.
cat
I know.
one. Look at the cat project. How many people put their cats in there? Nobody.
Nobody.
Okay. Proven. Dogs are better than cats.
Nah.
All right, well.
Anybody who has cats over dogs?
Now, this is not a board game, but it's board game related. That's why we're talking about it. So
Okay.
this is Original Adventures Reincarnated at number 7, which I have not followed the first 6.
Okay.
But it's based on Dark Tower.
Okay.
Wait,
You might need to
I need to
refresh.
refresh this page.
And Dark Tower was the original name of the Dice Tower.
Ooh.
Right? So this is based on an alternate universe, Earth 617.
Oh, I've seen those things before. Those dungeon crawl classics.
This has a really cool retro look to it.
It
I do
definitely
like the look
does,
of it.
yeah.
Yeah, this is neat.
All right. Anyway,
Sometimes I see those, that Dungeon Crawl Classics at Gen Con. There's a
Right.
booth that
Yeah,
has
that's
them.
what it is. Yeah.
And they are, even though I did not grow up with these things, I still find it a little nostalgic, even without having actual nostalgia. Because again,
Right.
I didn't grow up with this. I haven't seen those when I was little or anything. Yeah, there's something charming about that
Yeah.
old school D&D inspired or whatever kind of vibe. Yeah, I don't know. I do like it. I think a lot of the fantasy nowadays is so similar, I guess. It's all sort of following that Magic the Gathering aesthetic and
Yeah.
formula in some ways. This is cool.
Yep.
44 BCE, a game of strategy and betrayal, but also with 2 swords.
Two
Swords. One at the beginning,
And one at the
one
end.
at the end.
Although it is part of their
That's how you
name.
do it.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, 144
That's kind of a cool
BCE.
looking logo for the name there. The game's a little dark, and I don't mean dark in theme, but
Yeah.
like everywhere I look, I'm having a hard. I'm like, I feel like I need to turn the lights up a little.
Yeah. But again, they didn't have electricity back
This is
then.
a first.
Wow.
This is a first time created game.
I don't know.
It feels a little.
I thought it was
iffy.
interesting mechanically
Okay.
how it's the one versus all, but changing round
Changing
to
every
round,
round,
you
yeah.
know? And so I thought that that would bring some interesting strategics. I have no interest in playing it, but I thought that because that's just not my style, but like I think that would bring a lot of interesting, like, okay, do you want to be in first because then
Right.
it's everyone against you, and that tension of like, oh, watching them plot against you. I think that would really hit for some people if it's done well.
Well, it's
you
like
know-
a rotating thing.
That's what
No,
I'm saying.
it's-
Do you guys know just exactly what you're talking about? There's a game I know I've played where it's kind of like that. One person is the whatever.
Donning the Purple?
Is Donnie the Purple do that?
I thought Donning the Purple. It's been a while since
Yeah,
I
maybe.
played it.
Yeah,
I think
well, you can
Donning
be the
Purple,
Emperor
you're
and
the
you get
Emperor,
a
but then
different
you can get
board.
assassinated and someone else becomes the Emperor.
Yeah,
Is
whoever
this a
was-
remake of Dawning?
No, no, it's definitely not. It's a very
Donnie the
different looking
Purple.
game. Donnie the Purple,
Donnie the
which is a
Purple,
much
sorry, not Donnie the
smaller kind of a war game type, but much, like a,
Okay.
kind of a streamlined one that we played a couple of years ago.
Well, you know what? That's kind of just a Roman thing.
But yeah, they
there was
did
this
that in that
circle
game.
of
Okay, I hadn't seen it.
these emperors. There wasn't a
That's
very
true.
good line of succession
Right.
there.
To some extent, that's a little bit what Oath does, but it doesn't do it within a game. They do it between games. Like, you know what I mean? Someone becomes the
big.
new.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
This
yeah.
changes
Cycle.
throughout the game. Yeah.
Right. It's whoever's on top, which.
Right.
I do like that idea. Sounds very good,
Yeah.
and the way they present it really sounds cool and well done. I agree with you that the game doesn't quite look as polished as I would like
Yeah,
it to.
yeah.
It's like a really good looking logo. A lot of the rest of it, isn't quite there for me. I do like the Roman theme, and I do like this idea of revolving emperors being betrayed and somebody else takes over, they get betrayed. Yeah.
I mean, it's again thematic, that alliance,
it works.
together. Like, right, I think it's well done. Yeah.
I think somebody who is really into the Roman theme, this is a good one for you. It might do new things too. So.
Or even those people who like that negotiation, soft alliances, all alliance with you now, but in the back of my head, I know I'm going to stab you. I'm almost like a, not quite social deduction, but one of those games where what?
That's
I
always
can
in the
stab
back
you?
of your head. You can stab us.
Doesn't every game, okay? It doesn't have to be Roman.
It's
Doesn't
a
have to be
co-op game.
any game.
I hope this game fulfills on March 15th.
Why? Okay, so Hacktivity. A thrilling cooperative board game. I'm sorry, it's a thrilling cooperative board game.
Yeah, but is it the...
This is the other one.
Gamer seal of approval?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, what is it?
This is the one that looks
Oh.
similar to that other one.
Right, so a lot of the
What is that?
purples and the blues, same
Right.
color palette. I think the other one looked a little better.
Yeah, I agree.
Visually.
I'm gonna go with
Right.
a lot better, but
I mean, it also had the cool minis with the purpley energy stuff. This one, I wasn't feeling it, and I was also getting, excuse me, I was also getting a little bit lost in they were really shoving
Thematic?
the terminology.
Yes.
They were like,
Right.
remember Netrunner? I'll take it. I was like, okay, I got it. Yeah, see, it's
Yeah.
it's that setting. I got it.
I was feeling that too. I was like, okay, I appreciate the thematics, but put it in words I can understand too.
Yeah, make that connection for me, Mm-hmm. Yeah, what do you think? You're not digging this one, Tom?
not really. It looks.
It's called Hacktivity, though. How can you not like it?
I think this one is more of a Hacktivity than it is a game, if I'm being honest. That's.
See, I don't know. I want to say I really like the look of the other one, but gameplay, I'm intrigued by this one.
All right.
I think
And it
it's
might
really
be good.
interesting that
It could.
that it's that cooperative. You're trying to you win by taking one deck all the way down and going through it, and so you have multi-use cards that you have to decide. Together, am I going to use this not as hefty action to kind of pick away at these? Again, I don't know the terminologies in it. To pick away at these bad cards, or you're going to go with the big action, but then it has a higher negative effect, and so you're balancing those negative effects. I mean, not quite resource management, but kind of your stat management.
Yeah.
I thought this one looked really good. Again, I like the physical look of the other one, but I think gameplay, this one was more streamlined. Seems like a smaller, little
It does.
puzzly game that you can work through together. So I think this one's
How much is it here?
intriguing.
It's Canadian dollars.
Oh, I thought it just.
What's it say
51
right underneath
bucks.
it? Can't see
I
it.
thought that just meant cash.
Why does it say 49, but the pledge is 51? I'm confused by that.
Well, it's Volume 1 Basic Edition, Tom.
That's right.
Oh, you know what? They
Don't
put
be
the
basic,
no.
Tom.
This is what happened here. They put the conversion rate in the description,
Oh,
and Kickstarter is telling you the actual conversion rate. So that's going to change.
got it. All right.
Oh,
The
good tip.
approximate, yeah.
Good tip. You don't need to put the conversion rates
Yeah.
in your thing.
Right.
All right. Dockfighters: The Ale Wars. This is an aerial combat game with fighter aircraft, airships, and airborne launched dockfighters set in 1948. I love this.
Led Zeppelin
I knew
is
you'd
so
be- I
cool.
knew you'd be into
Yeah. Actually, that image at the top,
Yeah.
that piece of artwork there, I really like
Yeah.
that piece of artwork. I think that's a great looking image.
It's very vibrant.
It has that just. There's something about that image that gives me that old timey look.
Yeah.
Also, like the Age of Sail, obviously for
It
planes.
kind of
But
does, right? Yeah.
There's a lot of pages here.
Sure.
I'm checking charts and things, and I always like these games. I love the idea of aerial combat, and I just find that it always works so much cooler in my mind than actually playing it.
Right.
Because I'll be like, we just played for 2 hours, and they're like, yeah, that was 45 seconds of combat.
Right.
I know, yeah.
I'm
that's
coming
true.
around. I'm coming around. Like,
Yeah.
okay, eventually you'll get there. I don't know a way to fix that.
It's that same issue that a lot of racing games
Right, they don't
suffer,
feel like a
right? This
race.
idea of it needs to be a speedy dog fighting or dock fighting in this case. Yeah, they're going to be a little slow and perhaps fiddly and all that. I do like, and other games have done this idea of the height, like your elevation in the plane being dealt with these little pegs that actually elevate your plane. That's
I
a
like
cool
this.
idea.
Well, they've done that before, but
They've
the
done that.
magnetic stuff, it looks like they're magnetic.
Yeah,
That works pretty well,
Yeah,
actually.
pretty neat.
I've had ones where you like
Like-
loosened it, and slid it up like a tripod type thing.
Yeah.
Oh, those are such a pain.
Yeah, that would be rough.
As long as the magnets are good.
I believe we have 2 games left.
All right.
Another cat.
Bananya.
Banana. This is a kitty who lives in a banana. Is this cat cute looking?
No,
It looks like
what?
that Pusheen.
No.
Well, this doesn't even look
It's
like
a
a cat.
banana.
That's like a character.
You like bananas?
Not with cats in them.
It depends. Have you ever tried it?
I
You
do
know,
like the
that's a fair
top of the
point,
litter.
Okay, you have me there. I'm not.
I do like the box tray being
If
the
you
litter
open up a
box.
banana, could you imagine
That's
if you
cute.
like peel a banana, there's a little cat in there?
How would you react to that? Would you be afraid or go
Like that.
Like that?
Like that.
It's
Oh
terrifying.
my god, that is not okay.
Terrifying.
We apologize.
No, don't put a cat in my banana, and it won't happen.
Sometimes a
I'll tell you what,
cat.
you're not getting a cat in a banana anyway.
It's
Cat's
from
food should
Japanime
Thank you.
Games.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm assuming this is just a very light, silly little game.
It looks like there's
It looks
all
like
different
it.
kinds of cats. You have to have one of, I think, 10. You have to have one of all 10 to win. And basically, you
Draw
play a card.
Every player draws a card.
Right. You can
do
either
the
draw
thing.
from the top deck or you can draw from the top of the discard pile, which is the litter box. That's the only
Reminded
thing I
me-
think is cute. You just
Reminded me of the artichoke game, but like opposite. You're not
Yeah,
trying to get
yeah.
rid of artichokes. You're supposed to
Right.
like collect the different one. You know, kind of reminded me of that.
yeah, this looks very, very simple, and it's based off of an anime apparently. And so if you're interested in that anime and you like light card games, you'd be into it. But I think
If you're
that's
a-
not people at this table. I don't think.
If you're a fruit lover
Right.
or a feline lover,
But not both, because some people
No.
here will squish felines found in fruit.
Yes.
feline
Absolutely.
fruit.
Feline
That's
fruit
a good
has no
That's a
place.
game.
It's a freedom and freeze game.
Feline fruit is a freedom and freeze game. Yes, Mike. Good call.
All right, last game today is Archaic Age of... Wait, how did this one get on the list?
This was made with a random name generator. I'm telling
Did
you,
not put this on the list.
this game.
It didn't have $10 when I added it.
Well, people pulled out maybe.
Yeah, did you see the video? I think that would explain everything. This was made with a random name generator.
This also let us
there's
know
no
that
way.
just because something's on GameFound doesn't mean it's going to succeed.
Yeah, this illustrates that. This
I would have put
Doesn't
this had
look
more
good.
than $10 when I added it. It had to, because I
It
would not have put it
did.
on the list with just
They
10.
spent more on the video, and we know that because it's filled with 4 people from
Nothing but
Cameo.
cameos.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he does talk about the history of the game and how it came from his grandfather. And,
Okay, well-
I mean, so
I
it's
don't
a very,
wanna
if it is a very
mock
passion
this.
project.
All right, well, I don't
It's
wanna-
very passion driven.
All right. Well, the next project. So we look at a few each week. If you have a weird, unusual, silly project, send it to me at tom@dicetower.com. The next project is not or cool. I'd like to look at the cool. The next one is kind of half board game type thing.
Okay.
And that's this Ohm's Quest Escape Room console. Am I the only person who's not interested in this? Because I think that while this might be cool, you can't keep making unique things for a singular device.
Right.
The whole point of escape rooms like this one, this thing slid out in the bottom. I wasn't expecting that. This is going to be just variations on the same theme. It's like a
gotta be,
Rubik's
right?
Cube.
Yeah,
Right.
it says because it's like new content monthly, which again, how long is that going to last?
But
I
I mean,
just-
I
is
don't
that
know.
they're sending you new content because it does have cards and stuff involved,
Yeah.
or is it some sort of like Wi-Fi thing you downloaded because it also has the
will-
voice in it?
They will create new content and beam it to your thing every month
Also, I hate
for the
that.
first 2 months.
Such a staged picture.
I
Yeah.
just
Come
don't
on.
know.
Yeah.
Again, any piece of tech like this
Right.
where part of what you're buying is a subscription to the
Right,
thing, and
right.
no, we will definitely support this for many years.
Right.
Monthly content. I'm sorry, no.
Right.
That
No.
being said, though,
I think it's.
we're in the minority here. It's doing really well.
It's doing
Yeah.
really well.
Oh, and
I
it's
mean,
a good-looking page
But
too.
I mean, you're asking me to support unproven technology, unproven, like, I mean, how fiddly, I mean, is it plastic? Is it metal? How well does it go? I mean, is it, like, how functional is it? And as well as sustainability, and I'm not talking environmentally, I just meant, like, sustainability of this month to month. Oh,
Yeah.
endless. And it's like $300, right?
No, it's
It's
201.
fine. It's 200. That's it.
Only
it's
for the
fine.
early board, and there's only 45 of those left.
It's a cool looking gizmo.
It is.
You know what? This is another one that if I saw it at a convention, maybe they could convince me and
Right.
show me, and if I got
That's
to
the thing.
play
Yeah,
with
yeah,
it.
you'd have to definitely see it.
I feel like this is not a Kickstarter. This needs to be prototypes that are out in people's hands
Yeah.
and demoed.
That's a good idea. Yeah, if you can make a few of these and prove it. Even so, that still does not have anything to do with you sending more content out. Look, I'm not saying they're not going to do that. Maybe this product is going to be around longer than I am. That's fine. I'm just saying it is a big risk, even bigger than just backing a Kickstarter anyway.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
you are now backing that plastic thing and then a monthly, something that they're going to be sending out.
They did say that there was a buy-in. Like, oh, you get like your lifetime buy-in. Did you see the price on that? I didn't either. So you don't have the monthly subscription, but
Well,
that's even
doesn't
scarier.
matter,
That's
that's
even scarier though, 'cause that's
worse.
like a big chunk of money that
right,
you're hoping for.
Yeah, I don't
So-
I
know.
don't see
Again,
that on
anything
here.
like this that has an app, anything that has content that's
Yeah.
monthly. How many of those apps? Like, I wish I had the stat of how many things on Kickstarter that are not an app but use an app. That app still works. It's got to be like 2%.
We'll put Chris on that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most of those apps are obsolete.
Right. That's why I'd be more likely to go with something that's web-based even than an app. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
web-based, fine. But if I'm
Right,
buying,
yeah,
like, say, a
huge.
suitcase, okay, and it has an app, I can guarantee you that app is obsolete.
All right.
Suitcase?
moving on to stuff that's funny.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The Boaty Kit, a new way to wipe your bum.
Does it have an app?
I think it does.
I think it might.
Okay, let's talk about
That
this.
is a whole lot of stuff in your bathroom there.
It's a lot of stuff.
Also-
It's a
So
lot of
explain
stuff.
this to me. What's happening here? What is this?
This is for if you've got a bidet. All right, so this is
Right.
specifically
You have to have a
only
bidet.
works if you have a bidet.
Also,
Yep.
this particular image, I'm like,
Is horrifying.
like,
I mean-
what is that guy doing? Why are you using your...
He gets his point across.
He gets his
though.
point across
I
very
mean,
well. It's
we all
actually-
know what's happening here and what he's referring to.
It's a very
Let's see.
Why is he
tongue-in-cheek.
losing his cheek? Okay,
what
I
would
get
you
it.
you want him to use actual?
Cheek.
How
Arm is
far
what I
you want me to
want.
go
Arm.
here?
You already said
Okay.
it, cheek. That makes perfect sense. This, if you've got a bidet, right?
Uh-huh.
Then why do you need this, I guess?
Because you still need to
Okay.
dry.
Also, it really bothered me that they were this peach,
Yeah.
the whole peach sequence here. I
I'll
was
tell
like,
you
what
that
is going on?
my
Again, what
favorite
do you
part of
want?
this whole thing, the whole.
I don't want the project, Camilla. Okay, I don't want.
My favorite part of this
There's
whole
nothing I
project
want. I want to be clear.
is that once you put it in the dryer, apparently they roll
They
up
roll
automatically.
themselves. You don't have to do
I was like,
laundry.
That I like.
Can
I don't
we
know
get that
why,
with our
but
washcloths
that
and
I
our
like.
towels?
How?
I want that in my
I
towels.
think it's just the way that they're designed is that they just when it gets when it contracts, the fibers contract
Yeah.
from the heat, they just roll
I
up.
wonder if like one side is tighter woven than
must-
the
it
other,
must be
something like
something,
that.
but
Right.
that's
but
pretty
yes,
smart.
self-rolling towels.
Right.
That should have
Show
been
me
the
that.
Kickstarter.
Show me
Right.
that Kickstarter.
Right, right.
And I will give my paycheck. One paycheck.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I have a question that I want to ask, but I'm not going to. Maybe I'll wait till we're done. I'll wait till we're out.
I am so excited for this
I'm so
question.
tempted to
I
hear
just-
it.
Oh,
All right, I'll ask the question. We don't have to get into it or anything, but I've never
least
used
twice a week, I
I've
mean.
never used a bidet. I've never used it. Has anybody here used a bidet before?
I'm ashamed to say, when the whole toilet paper crisis happened in 2020,
Yeah.
I bought one.
Yeah.
Like a really cheap one, and
Right.
then I was like, I gotta install that. Oh look, toilet paper's back in the stores.
I'm not
So
anti
it's still
the
sitting under my
idea.
sink at home.
It's something
Yeah.
I think I would probably enjoy I think it probably is more efficient, but
I
I've
went to
never
a
used
fancy hotel one time that had one, and I ended up getting water all over the bathroom because I was being stupid. I was like, "Look, Laura, look what I can do," and then
my
she said,
gosh.
"Don't touch those buttons."
because you are a toddler.
I think this is an American thing, right? I don't think they're very
They're not,
prevalent
right.
here, but I think in other parts of
Yeah.
the world, bidets are
And
much
I know
more
that people
common.
who use them
Swear
think
by
it's
them.
idiotic that anyone does not.
Right. Well, I mean,
I mean, again,
environmentally,
go
a
back
lot
to
of
that
reasons.
graphic. You can see
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, I got it.
Just
All
show
right.
me again. Yeah.
All right, and then finally,
Oh.
the Blizz
I
Brush
have to see
Toothbrush
this again.
Sponge.
I can't deal with this.
Okay, so
This was really grossing me out.
How far did you make it in the video? Let's poll real quick.
Not very long.
Once he started to chew, I was like, okay, I actually did start to get that gross out feel.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
Once he
gotta
put
stop.
the toothpaste on his tongue and talked about how you have to mix it with your saliva,
Yeah.
Stop.
and then he took it and like rinsed.
Yeah.
Don't watch it.
It's that being said, I do wonder.
please send me projects like this.
I do
No.
wonder though if there's something to be said for this. Does the thing
There
actually work?
is.
You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so there's a kids one that I've actually thought about getting.
Okay.
That it's on a stick.
Experiment on your kids.
No, it's like a stick, and you stick the thing in your mouth, and you twist it like this, and it's supposed to brush the teeth. It's like it's not a sponge.
Right.
It's a brush.
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
I
like
clean
a
my
toilet
kitchen
brush
sink with
kind
that.
of thing, like a hole.
Right.
Not my mouth.
What?
Yeah, like no, it's so kids can bite down and it brushes back and forth. I saw it and I thought that the video might look better, and of course you know how those videos are always right.
Right,
But-
right, of course.
Yeah.
Because I've never been fooled by one of them.
Never, no.
20
If
times
something's
before.
going to be loud, they would tell you that, yes. I don't know.
But a sponge, I'm sorry, you use a sponge. Those kitchen sponges already are super gross.
They are.
Right. How
And
do
they're
you
not in
clean
people's
this?
mouths.
Right. I don't know. They say they make it sound like it's like antimicrobial. Like these things are like naturally sterile almost is the way they make it sound. I don't know if that's true, of course. but-
Yeah, they don't know science.
Yeah. They don't know.
All right, time for picks of the week here, everybody.
I almost feel like we need to quickly go through them again because I don't have mine
right,
yet
so,
for sure. Just really quickly.
Go, hit him with it,
We
Tom.
got RuneScape.
Okay.
We
It's a good
have,
one, Mike.
We have Microcosmic.
That's
we
a good
have
one.
The Breach. Batman.
Overkill.
What is this one again?
That's that. Nah, I don't know part of
Okay,
that.
that one's not gonna
Just show
happen.
us the good ones.
Unmatched. The Cultist guy. The cat one you don't
Scary
like.
kitties. Yeah.
The cool in. No, that's not the
No.
cool inserts.
That's
It's
CastleShire.
CastleShire. Sorry.
Yeah.
The cool inserts.
Inserts.
Arcs. Barks. Sharks. No.
There might be sharks in there.
BCE. Hack. And the airplane one.
Like how
Oh,
would
and
you-
Banana. The cat with Banana. Camille's gonna crush and murder.
All right, you guys go first.
I'll go first.
I've got a couple I'm thinking.
Microcosmos for me.
Oh, okay.
Because I like space. I like this idea. Now, the thing about arcs, I thought about arcs because I don't think anyone's actually going to put that on their list, is I like leader games, but they keep tilting more and more to almost out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
With each new game, like Root, I like a lot, but it's hard to get to the table.
Yeah.
Oath, I never played, but just from what you guys said, felt like a push. Arcs feels like it pushes a little more. This, though, is in my wheelhouse. I'm like, ooh, moving colorful things around a colorful universe.
So this
I'm
is
on
your
board.
pick of the week.
It is. I thought it's my pick of the week, Roy. It's also a mini game, so I'm not
Yeah.
opposed to mini games. I just think it's interesting.
Yeah, this is.
Did anyone else pick this one?
I'm not, but
Not, no.
it's a good pick. I'm
All
interested.
right. Well, y'all three picked the other one, right? This one, right? Who picked it? Someone had to pick this one. No one? All right. What'd you pick, Mike?
I believe
The Bark one?
Believe it or not, I think
That
I'm
was
going to
my
go with
second.
Bark Avenue. Believe it or not, because Arcs. Let's be fair. I think Arcs is the game I'm probably really most interested in. I just like how am I really going to get a chance to play it? This is the one that surprised me. As soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, I was like, hey, this is kind
Yeah.
of charming,
I
right?
agree.
There's no
Yeah,
Black
I agree.
German
Yeah.
Shepherd, but
Yeah.
yes, I.
This
I
one
agree.
I was
definitely.
charmed by
It
this
has
one.
that feel, right?
Is this
Yeah.
you too?
It's not mine, no.
Okay. What is yours?
I am going with Arcs.
Oh, okay, cool, good. good.
Whoa! I spent all that waste of time talking about it.
What a waste of time you
Well,
are.
you saved me the time.
Mm-hmm.
Arcs.
All right, well then we're going to play this. We got to find somebody else, but
I
we're
never
going to
said I
play
want
this.
to play it, okay?
And
This
you're
is my
going to
pick of
teach
the
it.
week. Calm
You're
down.
going to teach it.
I'm on it.
Did you say space for it?
That's true. Roy
Yeah,
might be
I'm
into that one.
all over this. I don't know if it'll end up being closer to Oath than not.
Yeah.
A game I kind of respect and appreciate and go, wow, amazing job. I'll play it, but it's not really something I come back to. I'm hoping it doesn't end
Yeah.
up that way. I'm hoping it is something I can come back to and go, look at this look. Look at this design.
Yeah.
This is so outside the typical sci-fi thing.
Right.
If it ends up being that, I think I could really enjoy this.
All right, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Nice. I'm glad you picked Barks, and then I was kind of going between Breach and the Hacktivity, and I'm going to go Hacktivity.
Whoa! I was not expecting that.
How can you give up on those cool people with the purple shields?
I know. I'm so excited. I really like the look of Breach.
This is
I think it
interesting
came
because I wasn't planning to back this one. Now you're kind of forcing
really?
me down that route.
forcing you, yes. Now. No, I think it looks, and I don't know if
wasn't
it's
a joke,
maybe
folks.
just because, not a joke. Maybe because I understood this one more, whereas Breach, it was like, I still don't quite
Yeah.
understand what's going on. I mean, I understand overview, but this one, I like the cooperative feel. I like it seems really clean cut. This is how you win, but it has high levels of cooperation, kind of cuts out the alpha player, it looks like, because you're cooperating, but you have it different hands. And yeah, I really liked what this game was potentially doing,
Okay,
from what I've seen. So, yeah, Hacktivity.
All right, well, there
Okay.
you go, folks. That is Crowdsurfing. I'm sure we'll have more to talk about next week. Tomorrow morning we'll be back with Board Game Breakfast here in the studio. We will have tomorrow our top 10 game apps.
Ooh.
With me, Z, and Mike. And then Friday, we have a live Q&A with me, Camilla, and Sharon about Dice Tower East, which is 2 days away. I'm kidding. It's
It's 2 days away from being
it's still like
3
4
weeks away.
Is it 3 weeks or 4?
It's 4 weeks away right now, but we're getting close to it being 3 weeks.
That's how time works.
That's how it is, yeah.
All right. Anyway,
You need
Let
some
me
Hacktivity.
woman-splain it for you.
Okay.
until next time, I'm Tom Basil.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Camilla Cleghorn.
And I'm Mike Delisio.
Get up a day.
Squishy poop.